The human being was made to question his reality. Here is provided a forum that evades and rejects the mainstream media, where ideas and topics of interest outside of the norm are free to flourish and grow in the strangeness and with objectivity that is their right. Join us now for a discussion from somewhere between the real and the imagined, between outer and inner space, where things just odd enough to be the truth have a place to live, breathe, and make their home. Recorded live from the jagged edge of reality, this is JAG Radio.
Yes. What's up, everybody? This is JD Marcel for the JAG Show. Welcome all. We got a special guest, of course. We got right here Phix from the Hot Box. Of course, we got special guest Pablo. What's going on, Pablo?
What's up, Pablo?
Everything's good.
Yeah,
good and groovy.
of course.
Life is good.
My right hand man, my heterosexual and homosexual life partner right here, AJ Moreno.
Hey.
Dre Day all day. What's going on, man?
Big ups to the homie.
What's up, man?
Hey, so thank you for tuning in. We got a good show today.
Don't lie to them, dude.
Hey, Jason. Back in the day, they used to call me and Angel Brothers.
Oh,
They
for real?
actually would confuse us quite often and
Really?
thought that we were related. Yeah, because we were both like, this is before he had facial hair.
It's because
so
we have cute noses. It's 'cause we have cute noses.
and this is when I
I
had
could see it.
some
I could see
eyebrow.
it. I could see
I
it.
had some eyebrow, and then he didn't have facial hair, so I can totally see it all the time, bro.
Oh, my God.
They would call me Angel, and I'll be like, nah, I'm Will. And then they would call him Will. And then
Yeah, it happened a lot.
Did you guys get annoyed by that shit?
Not
didn't
really.
care.
I thought it was funny.
I
Like,
thought it was cool.
yeah, it was pretty
Damn,
good.
I
way
can't
back
even
when.
fucking see it right now.
Well, it's
but
because you know us, but
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe when you were little bitches.
yeah,
Yeah, when we were little hoes, when we were doing little thotty shit. That's when we
yeah,
looked-
exactly,
That's when we looked the
exactly.
best. We
When Will would curve bitches, they'd be like, "Oh fuck it, I'll just go with Angel."
Yeah.
Yeah, like
it's
that.
true.
like-
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, I could somewhat relate to that.
yeah.
I had a coworker where they confused us for being primos.
Oh no
Oh,
way,
really?
really?
Oh,
I was
he looked like
"There's
a little
no-
bitch?"
There's no,
There's no relation whatsoever.
no relation whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
so
it
Fix,
just
what's
happens.
going on, man? What's up with your life? What you doing?
God damn, we just finished the Hot Box, man. We just finished our 68th episode, man.
Damn.
shit.
Hey, do you guys have something sexy planned for 69th?
Oh, hey, man, we got a
What's
lot
up,
of
dude?
motherfucking dick jokes from
Oh
from
yeah.
our boy coming. Hey, I told him for episode 69 he can do whatever he wants because
Oh
I mean,
shit.
it just says that
gonna be a good one.
episode 69 is immature, so.
Oh
you know.
wow.
And so
Hey, you gotta live a little, you know?
we
Yeah,
got a
you
lot
gotta
of dick
live a
jokes
little.
coming, a lot of fucking, and.
Hey, if you can't take it, get the fuck out, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Bigger than this, man.
If you can't
Tells the
take
girl
it,
that he
get
has
the-
a very large penis.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, so
For you to poop on.
off
Hold
the
on.
show, off air, Fix was telling me that he went to a show last night. Who'd you go see, man?
Oh man, yesterday I went to go see Wiz Khalifa. I
Duh.
went to go see Schoolboy Q. I went to go see Lil Pump. I saw
Long Beach,
fucking
huh?
Currency. Yeah, it was a big fest. It was called the Smokers Fest. Dog, they did not pat us down. I fucking stuffed my fucking joints. I had 5 joints. I put them on the side of my nutsack, and I fucking snuck in, and they did not search us. So I felt stupid when we got in there.
Well, dude, so you want to talk about that, right? Like I went to
really wants to talk about
Coachella last weekend, my
Yes,
dude,
sir.
right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
The
sir.
shit was fucking intense, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so we go and we're talking about drugs, right? All right. I've got a couple things in my crotch area that I want to bring inside that that they're gonna frown upon if they find, right? But we're all like freaking out, like fuck, they gotta get this inside. Once you're inside, it's all good, baby. No one gives a fuck once you're inside.
Yeah.
But it's getting inside that's the problem, right? So we're all freaking out, man. At one point, it was fucked up. We got through through the guard shack, right? Through the security checkpoint.
Yeah.
We're in. We're all fucking happy, elated, like
Yeah.
right, walking through the campsite, cheering and shit. And then we don't fucking realize that we're still not inside. There was still one more that we needed to go through on this first day that we got
even
there.
Get through the legit checkpoint.
Our fucking stupid
like,
asses just got through a checkpoint to get to the campgrounds. There was still another one that we had to go through to get to the actual event, like
God
the grounds.
damn.
Yeah, it
So
was
they
pretty
pumped-
fucked up.
They pumped up the fucking security.
Well,
this year.
dude, it's just funny because I mean, when you're getting ready to go to these things, right? Like you're getting yourself ready, like you're getting all chulo in the mirror and shit like that. But there's also a lot of things that you want to do logistically, you know, in your underwear and things like that you want to go ahead and move around to be able to get these things inside, right? And so we think we got past this, so we're all whipping everything out, putting it in our pockets, like no big deal. And the next thing you know, we see that other one. So now it's awkward. Now we gotta do it fast, right? And we gotta pretend like nothing's going on.
Hey, you did it once, so you got a little practice. You know?
Exactly,
They were
dude.
patting you guys down?
I mean, barely.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Barely.
So
There
it's
was
just like
one
a
guy.
quick
There was
little-
one guy that really, like, I'm not joking. He like fucking like tapped my taint. He didn't grab it. He didn't grab it. No, he just tapped it.
You know, you
And I'm like, yo, like, and that was it. Then he slapped me on the back and just like, on your way. I'm
your
like,
way.
oh, you're just gonna do that all day to everybody, aren't you,
nice,
fucker?
nice.
Now, Angel, what'd you have on you?
I mean, I would rather not say.
Okay,
But
can
let's
you-
just
can-
say I had a couple fun guys with me. That's all. We'll just go ahead and say
Yeah,
that. It was a
yeah,
good
yeah,
time. It was
You had a good time with you.
Oh, absolutely, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you got
With
on that good
everybody.
time.
Think of
Who
the children.
was the first artist that you saw?
You know what, man? Off the top of my head, when I walked in, I actually don't remember who that was. But somebody was cracking on a DJ set,
Oh,
and
for
we
real?
went in there to just go ham on it real quick.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, it's over, and then we moved on to the next.
Okay.
But yeah, I do have to say though, big shout out. One of my favorite performance, probably the whole weekend, was on Friday.
Okay.
It was hard for anybody else to really live up to that, considering all the talent that was there.
Yeah.
But if you guys are not familiar with Greta Van Fleet, get yourself
Oh,
fucking
shit.
familiar, dude.
I actually am.
Greta
very
Van
fam-
fucking Fleet
Tell
is.
Yeah.
They're
It-
almost like a mixture of, like, let's say Led Zeppelin and Rush. or-
I honestly want to say that
like
they
that.
are the best way that I've ever described them is that they're like a garage band form of Led Zeppelin.
Okay,
It-
you
it
won
is-
me over because I'm a big Led Zeppelin fan.
Yeah,
Wow.
bro, you'll
No,
love
trust
these
me,
guys.
yes.
You'll fucking love, and
Greta
they're
Van
fucking
Fleet.
kids, bro.
Yeah?
They're like 22,
Okay.
21.
What are they called again? Greta on Fleet.
Greta?
No, Greta
Van
Von
I think I heard
Fleet.
some of this
Oh.
shit on
Yeah.
the Woody Show.
Yeah, and they're just breaking out into K-Rock right now, bro.
Okay.
They're
Yeah,
about
yeah.
to blow the fuck up.
I
They
heard
are
them on the Woody Show.
so
Okay.
good, dude. So good.
Was that fucking yodeling kid there?
Actually, I didn't see him if he was. I didn't catch him. I didn't catch him at all. But I know that he had his own performance as Stagecoach this week.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like he's there. Like he was there, I think yesterday or something like that.
Man,
Does that-
we've
does
been
that-
following this kid like all fucking
For like a month, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
yeah.
And you know he's doing great things. Fuck yeah, more power to him. You know,
Hey man,
I guess.
you gotta do what you gotta do,
little
right?
kid talent. You don't like him?
Nah.
You don't like-
I don't like people getting clowned for stupid shit.
But he's not being clowned.
Nah,
he's being praised.
And
like,
right now he's making money, more money than all of
Nah,
us.
that little kid knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's his
yeah.
gimmick. It's his. I mean, first of all, somebody had to put him up to it to put him in the fucking Walmart, put a little
Yep.
bow tie on him, and be
Yep.
like, "Here, let's just go, right? Like, do your little thing, little man. Don't let anybody say anything. Just go ahead and do it, right?
Talented ass
And for him to go
motherfucker.
ahead and cut all the way through and get through it, like no big deal.
It just
That's
sucks that,
cool, right?
that people are sampling that shit and getting fucking even more
See,
clout out there.
and I don't think it's such a bad thing
I
that
don't
they're
think so either,
sampling
man.
it. We ended a show with one of those
it's
samples.
retarded, bro.
And it was fucking hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved every minute of it. It was wonderful.
If you can put it on SNL, I'll laugh. But if you're gonna put it on World Star and Instagram for us to fucking enjoy, fuck you.
See, I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with all that. Nah, I think it depends on what you're essentially trying to do with that media, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what are you doing with that medium? Because everybody does whatever they
guess.
want with their media, right? Like what, like all DJs, all producers, anybody that puts music together is taking a little piece of something else and putting it in their own little bowl
Yep.
and mixing it their own little way.
Let me
make
tell
it
you
everybody.
This way. Let me
man.
tell you this way: if Coldplay does it, I love it.
You see, only if Coldplay
But
does
hey,
it.
if
man,
that little bastard
Coldplay-
does it,
Only
fuck you.
Coldplay.
Fucking
Go to
dope,
fucking
man.
eat shit and live, bro.
That's worse.
Man, you got a lot of hate for that boy, bro. That's like a 10-year-old boy you hating right now. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I was tucking into my beer right now.
You bitch ass
They
motherfucker.
call
little
him. They call him the
It's
what?
mine.
The little what?
yodeling kid.
No. He portrays somebody who did they say he's
Portray?
the little
Oh, he's a rapper now.
country singer for old school from back then. Well, anyways,
Hank
Hank Williams.
Hank Williams.
Hank Williams was fucking racist as fuck.
I see.
If you
I see
know
where you're
who
going
Hank
with that.
Williams is,
Yeah.
You want to hear something racist?
put yourself
Listen to
up on that
Hank
shit
Williams
before you start
III.
liking that shit, man.
Oh,
Don't-
really?
don't
The
follow-
third, huh?
Don't fall
Yeah.
into the fucking shit, man. I'm telling you, Hank Williams hated black people, bro.
Nah.
Yeah. A lot of people in history
Negative
have hated black
note.
people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was just a
it
part of
happens.
history, a dark
I don't think
part
that
of
kid
history,
does, though.
especially American history, well, world history in general.
yeah.
But, we're trying to get past that. Obviously,
Hey, but
there's still
Trailer
going
Park
on.
Boys is pretty dope. So check that out,
Oh,
man.
Ah.
No, it is.
Wow.
It is
Wow.
pretty dope, right?
Yes.
That's pretty funny.
You know what shit? That guy knows what's up.
Anyway,
We're
Yeah.
shit
Damn.
apples. That's
Let's
what
get
we are.
into
have you ever been to Coachella?
No, man, I'm not a douchebag.
Oh,
Straight calling me
Shots
out.
fired.
Damn.
Shots fired.
No, I
I'm not-
actually saw.
Damn.
Pablo, have you
That's
ever been to Coachella?
crazy.
Have
That's
you ever
crazy.
been?
No.
Shots
Shots
fired.
fired, bro.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Oh, I love that shit right now, bro. I'm not a douchebag. Nah, there have been some years that were pretty dope, but this year was not one of them.
Nah, you didn't appreciate the list of artists that they had.
Nah,
Disagree.
man,
No,
it's
they-
like they
they-
got.
they
heavily
didn't have
disagree.
anybody.
I feel like FYF and them be like, hey, you know what? Let's grab the shittiest artists that all these fucking douchebag indie fools like, and let's put them all in one place, and
It's
they're all
true.
gonna
It's
fucking
true.
buy tickets.
It's true.
And you know what? By the way, let's fucking let's fuck all their heads up and throw in Yeezy.
And
In
let's
it.
touch their tank.
You know what I mean? That's the kind of shit. Let's throw in the fucking stupid ass little Hank Williams just to fuck all their asses up and have them buy tickets like dumbasses.
That is a
You know,
strong opinion.
That's the
God
kind
damn.
of shit it was.
I just think it's really funny how we're talking about a guy that just came from a festival yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's like this in these other
Now,
festivals as well.
let me tell you that.
What is the difference
when I
between
was
the
there,
two?
when I
You're
was
still
there,
taking a grab bag of artists and you're still
Yes.
putting them in the same place.
now, when I saw
right?
yesterday,
It's the same thing.
the only one they give promises to is Currency because nobody knew what the fuck that was. You know what I mean? So the ones that I give promise to is Rob Stone.
I
That
think I remember that
motherfucker
fucking name.
from Kill Bill, that motherfucker, nobody knew who that fucking was, bro. And yet people were rocking to that shit. Now when Lil Pump came out with this Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, every little white person in there fucking threw their fucking bras off and showed their titties. And I'm like, why? You know,
Because it's
I
so
like
simple.
the music, but you know what? That's what Instagram feeds you.
Music is changing.
I mean,
That's
a
what
lot,
Instagram
man.
a
feeds
social,
you.
That's what social media will
Yeah.
feed you.
Yes,
though, bro.
exactly.
Like,
And
it
you
is
know what?
it
You're
is.
part
Like,
of it. You're part of it. I'm part of it. You're part of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's-
We're on
social
social
media.
media as we
Yeah.
fucking speak, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm telling you. When you with these festivals, you know, the only festival last time I've been to a dope ass festival was FYF when I saw Interpol, I saw the Strokes,
What
I saw
festival?
Future Islands, I saw fucking Earl Sweatshirt,
go to a
I saw
festival.
Phoenix, I saw fucking Julian Casablanca. That was a badass festival.
Oh, I heard
You know what
some
I mean?
negative shit about Julian Casablanca.
Oh yeah, we read that about this morning.
Yeah, man. That
But
guy
that
fucking
guy-
mad.
That's a
He-
fest.
He went to Julian Casablancas went to a comedy show, right?
In New
and
York, yes.
the comedian
Uh-huh.
didn't know who he was,
Right.
and Julian Casablancas apparently got upset that he didn't know who he was,
Oh,
and then he
really?
fucking walked out.
The comedian asked
Wow.
him, "What do you do for a living?"
Yeah, the comedian asked him, "What do you do
And
for a
Julian,
living?"
and Julian said, "I'm a cop." And Nuffa said, "Oh, seriously?" And Nuffa said, "You know what? I don't want to talk to you. I'm out of here." He
Yeah,
got up
he
and he left.
Fucking took off.
Oh wow!
The
So
singer
he
from the
really got
Strokes.
offended that someone
Yeah.
didn't recognize him
And
see-
and didn't respect his stardom.
I
right?
didn't.
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, no, that's whack,
I
bro. That's
respected.
whack.
I respected the guy. And
Yeah.
I don't respect him for this.
Right.
This is not, something that I thought he would do.
Yeah.
How dare you not know who the fuck I am? Like, come
Yeah.
on, man. Be humble. You're a
I'm a
great
Strokes-
artist.
I'm a
You have a
Strokes fan.
gift, and do that. Be a part of your gift as much as you can, and fucking express that to other people and make them enjoy your music. And you could also be humble about it. You don't have to be a dick. You don't have to fucking say, oh, you don't know who I am? Well, fuck you. Like, come on, man.
Are you gonna
man,
believe?
you gotta stay humble. You gotta stay humble with those moments, man. Like,
are you gonna?
You gotta have
believe
some class.
Are you gonna believe the
in
media?
some sense.
Are you gonna believe the media that the comedian didn't know who fucking Julian Casablancas is? Fuck
Dude,
you,
I don't know.
dude. Everybody knows who Julian Casablancas is.
Not
honestly,
everybody.
hey,
Not
Everybody does.
Trey Day all day doesn't know who
if
Julian
I were to
Cas-
see that man,
Trey's a bitch.
on the
Hey,
street,
Trey's a
No,
bitch.
no,
He
no.
only knows fucking
Hey,
comedians,
Hey,
bro.
wouldn't know him.
Fix.
I'm
Fix.
talking
I
about
wouldn't know
bands.
him.
I'm
Nah.
talking about bands, bro.
Nah,
Actually,
that's a
don't.
heavy opinion, but I disagree, my dude. Like,
Hey,
I
if
wouldn't
you didn't see
recognize
the
him
singer
if I
from the
Hell
Killers,
no.
you didn't know who he was?
No,
From the Killers?
no. If I were to see him on the street, I probably
Brandon
wouldn't even
Flowers?
recognize him, Joe.
You
Nah,
mean
I
Brandon
wouldn't know him.
Flowers?
Brandon Flowers, are you talking about from the Wallflowers?
I know who the Killers are. Brandon Flowers. I don't know who Julian Castellego.
the
Castalego.
Casablancas. He's the
Casablanca.
lead
Now
singer
you're
from
just
the
acting.
Strokes.
Now you're acting.
Castle White.
If you never heard any Strokes song, you're a fucking
I've heard the
bullshitter,
Strokes
bro.
too.
But
No,
what
no,
is that?
no,
I mean,
of
what's the
course.
difference
And
between
that's-
listening to something and knowing what somebody looks
Yeah,
like?
exactly, like-
I listen to plenty of music that I
That
have absolutely
motherfucker
no idea
knew
what
who
anyone
exactly
looks like.
who was talking about.
It's the
Who
same.
he
I
was
don't
talking
know.
to.
Your
And
opinion.
that fucking
Yeah.
media is telling you that motherfucker didn't know who he was.
I mean,
I
I'm
don't know, man.
I'm skeptic as any other guy, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm one of the biggest skeptics of anything that ever
Yeah.
I'm told or said, which brings me
Like-
to my point for this whole thing with Coachella, right? Now check this out.
Yes.
I know that you guys have heard this sort of a conspiracy theory in that, you know, pretty much anybody famous, anybody who's anybody in the industry, music industry, you know, movie industry, whatever, just in the industry, in order for you to make it to the top, in order for you to be renowned, in order for you to be, you know, known around the world, essentially what they say is they say that you have to sell your soul to the devil.
Yes.
Right? Like that's what they say,
And it's
right?
true.
And so there's a conspiracy going around that there's these elite guys that
33.
that run around, exactly, and they run around and they make these people who want this stardom, they make them do these degrading, embarrassing sexual
66.
acts, things of that nature, right? And so I got into it. You know, I watched a couple videos of that stuff, and I got, you know, I might have watched too many of them. I might have been a little stoned when I was watching them, but I got
I'm
real
there,
into
I'm
it,
there
right?
with you, bro.
Like, real into exactly. and so thinking about all that stuff, right? Knowing that, having that all in the back of my mind, it actually wasn't. It was pretty fresh from watching that to being at an event like Coachella and watching all the acts go on, having that thought in the back of my mind. Holy crap, dude! Like there's a certain element to it that you cannot deny.
Yep.
These are things that they're putting on the table for you to watch.
Beyonce.
Here, have this. This is what I want you to be into.
I share this.
This
with
is what I
you.
want
Are
you.
you talking more like ritualistic behavior?
It's true.
Okay,
What he's saying
I
is
don't
fucking
want to
flat
say
true,
that. I
bro.
don't want to say that it's a ritualistic behavior, but I mean, check this out, right? Like you get the people that are on top that you want to remain relevant, that you want
Yes.
to continue making money. The people
Popular.
that have done all of your bidding, you want them to continue succeeding, and so you put them at the helm of things like this event, like what he was talking about, right? And you put them out there and for to show them off, for people to
follow.
to enjoy, to follow, to continue to spend on.
Praise.
Yeah,
Dude, I tripped
that-
out. So,
business.
so I read somewhere, or I think somebody might have actually. I'm not gonna say that. I didn't read it somewhere. Somebody told me this. But Beyonce's sales went up 200% after her Coachella stream. 200%, dude.
Wow.
That's incredible, right? Now, Destiny's
Wow.
Child, who obviously, right, they had a special appearance, but they're probably not making too many album sales nowadays.
Yeah, it was a
their
one-time
sales
thing.
went up 700%. Because
Really?
people were, they were, right. So you brought somebody that was
Wow.
out of the light back into the light, and now they're able to generate that
Wait a
money.
minute,
They're
so-
essentially keeping it
But-
in the family is what I'm
Was-
getting at.
So Destiny's Child is what you're saying is they're back. Are they back?
I'm not
a
saying that
feature.
they're back.
It's
What
a
I'm saying is
feature.
that they made a
Jason just
feature.
got a chub.
They remained relevant, and they went ahead and made more money. Like
And now, was this a thing where they were all in it again? Like Beyonce was a part of it again?
Yes.
yeah, no, Beyonce,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Beyonce brought out
Okay.
Kelly Rowland and Michelle, whatever her name
Oh,
is.
shit.
brought them
Oh,
out. They did
damn.
like 3 or 4 songs together.
Damn.
And yeah, they killed it, bro. Crowd went crazy. Everybody went
That's-
bananas.
It's strategy, man.
Absolutely, but that's what I mean. You know, kind of to his point with what he said earlier about being a douchebag and
That's
going
what
to,
the
going to
people
those kind of
want.
shows, right?
That's what the people want.
It's what they're giving you. They're putting together this whole thing. Personally, me, I love a grab bag.
Yeah.
this is a grab bag. What we're talking about in terms of going to events, right?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'd love to go see a band, a show, but we get excited for the people that open up the show before the headliner, right?
Okay.
We do, right?
Yeah.
Do we not?
Yes.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes. But on occasion, you don't know the opener. And you watch the opener, and can you tell me that you've had an experience where
I'm usually in the parking
you
lot
like
just getting drunk. And
so you've never actually gone to a concert and checked out any of the opening acts?
well, I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, there were a
have.
couple, but
Yeah.
for the most part,
You've
I mean,
never caught an opening act
you
that
know it's-
eventually became a fan, like a fan of, that you became a fan of, or became a band that you would frequently listen to,
Yes, I have.
right?
And they were called Metalachi.
Hey.
Metalachi at the FYF festival, and they performed at 12:45, and they were the shit.
Hell yeah.
They covered Iron Maiden. They covered Led Zeppelin. They covered everything in mariachi
Everything.
style.
Yeah,
That's
I saw
pretty
them at
fucking cool.
Santa Fe swap meet.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
they're dope,
Metalachi
bro.
was the shit, man.
Yeah,
That's some South shit. We have a
But see,
friend.
that's the kind of shit. That's the
Super
kind
into
of that's the
mariachi
kind of
stuff.
shit they want to open with because nobody expected that.
I mean, yeah, dude.
What was the
really putting
opener
them on
at
a show.
Coachella?
Oh, that's a good question. I wasn't there, fool. I mean, at noon, whenever the first act went on, I couldn't tell you.
There is a band that I went to go see, Protest the Hero, okay?
Tight.
Not too long ago. And the band
Awesome
right
band.
before Protest the Hero, I didn't get to catch their name. I have to look at the flyer to see who they were, but I thought
Alright.
they were fucking amazing. And I would want to follow up
For
with
sure.
them to see what else they have, because the songs that they were playing, I was into it. I'm not gonna lie. That
Yeah.
shit was pretty fucking tight, you know?
Hell
It
yeah.
wasn't the same as Protest the Hero. It wasn't the same like kind of metal or whatever. It wasn't the same beats, but I was still into the groove, man. They were getting fucking down, getting groovy. So I totally understand that.
So to my point with what I was trying to get back in terms of like, a grab bag festival type of event is that there's all kinds of acts that I'd never heard of. There's all kinds of music that I would not have gotten into otherwise had it not been for physically standing right there and
Yeah.
watching them do the thing that they do, you know?
One thing I remember about you, you're a big Mars Volta fan.
That's right.
I remember one thing about you, you're a big Sparta fan at the drive-in. That was your shit.
I like
I
all those. I
remember
like all
that.
those variations.
When you
Yes,
had
I
your
do.
buggy.
Yes, I do.
When you had
that's
your
correct.
buggies, that's one thing I remember
was
about you.
Man,
Back in the day?
Man, he's bringing me way back right
Yeah.
now. Like,
Bringing
just
it
the fact
back.
that he's talking about that car right now, I had so much, I
Don't you
had so much
like
fun in that car.
Don't you like that?
If you guys if you guys have never had sex in the back of a Volkswagen, let me tell you, that shit is mad uncomfortable.
I would
And
love
Don't
to.
do it.
And your
there's
Volkswagen,
All things are
plenty of
possible.
room. There's plenty of room.
Oh,
Dog, your Volkswagen was a shit because it had
that's why I'm grabbing it, bro.
It had the
It just
racks
keeps
on,
falling, yo.
it
Yeah.
had the rack on it and everything, fool.
Dude, you know what? I would love to have sex in the back of a Volkswagen, but I'm still too
You're
fat.
too
man.
big, fool.
You just lean the
I
seats
can barely
forward.
have
man.
I
Bam.
can barely have sex in the
I don't
back
know.
of
I
my
wouldn't
Volkswagen.
be able to get comfortable.
Hey, but just have sex. Just have sex with the Volkswagen, fool.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
there we
best
go.
right there. That's the
You want
best.
some
There you
gas,
go.
Conk,
baby?
conk, conk.
Just open the trunk and just have sex on there.
Hey,
right there.
speaking of throwback, have you guys ever been to a concert that was, just a band that you've been following since you were a little kid? Like
You mean
something
like
that brought
a
you.
cover band or something?
No,
or-
not a cover band. The band.
Or the actual band.
The actual
the band, the
Well, yeah.
band.
that you were following since you were a little kid, but like as an adult right now.
Hmm.
I had that experience like 3 years ago.
Which
Okay.
was
It
what band?
What band?
Fucking
What band?
amazing.
Who'd you
What
see?
I want to go see Limp Bizkit. Yeah,
Hey,
come on.
That's nice.
Dude,
That's nice.
Limp Bizkit?
Which concert?
It was fuck. I don't remember. It was just them though.
Oh, never mind.
It was just them, and they were fucking amazing. And you know what the thing
Hell
is?
yeah.
It was promotional because they only played the hits. They
Yeah.
only played the songs that everybody was waiting to
For
fucking
sure.
hear.
Dude,
and it was so fucking.
Well, because they're not making any
fulfilling.
more content. Like,
Nah, yeah.
I saw them with.
That's true.
I saw them House of Pain and Corn.
House
Oh,
of
yeah.
Pain.
Shit.
House of Pain. That's sick.
Now
That's
that
sick.
No,
is
but
a-
that was in 2016.
Wait.
Oh, really?
You said House of Pain and Corn?
Nah,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
was
That was
like.
That was an epicenter.
I think this was like back 2014, 2013,
No.
something
Oh,
like that.
oh,
Okay.
yeah.
It was back in the day. It was in Hollywood.
Have you guys ever seen Corn?
No.
I've never seen Corn live.
No.
Damn,
I would
that's
love
a band
to.
I would want to see, bro.
Something. Nah, I can't even do it. Fucking
Yeah.
shit. I'm
So
sorry.
they can do
I'm
the
sorry, Corn.
doo-doo, 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 doo-doo.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
You know what was crazy about that show too is that
Yo.
you know we were watching and I was looking at the crowd, man, and I was thinking, damn, you know there are a lot of older folks here. But if I really think about it,
You're
at the
fucking old.
At the time, yeah. no, but like,
Oh, my
I'm
bad,
talking
my bad.
about I'm talking about people with gray hair already, like in
Oh,
their
no
40s.
shit, huh?
yeah.
Oh,
And so I'm
J-Rock,
thinking about it when they came out. These people were young still, you know, in their 20s or whatever.
Yeah, 20s,
you
early
know?
30s,
And
probably.
so
Yeah,
they want to go see
Hell
an
yeah.
old school band that
yeah,
they
for
fucking
sure,
enjoyed.
for sure.
And I was like, oh, this is fucking amazing. And then that's when David Arquette popped out, and I was like, what the fuck?
David Arquette.
Yeah, so
From
David
Ready to
Arquette.
Rumble?
Yeah, exactly.
Holy
that
shit.
fucker.
What?
Okay.
He was married to Courtney Cox. That motherfucker.
Holy
That's
shit.
crazy.
So
Officer
Fred Durst,
Dewey.
in between songs, he's looking
Dewey.
at the crowd, and then he's like, "Ah, shit, what's up, man? Get on up here." And then fucking David Arquette with his hat, like, yeah, and the crowd goes fucking wild, yeah.
Oh, that's down.
It was fucking dope. And
Where
we
were
like,
you?
Ah, fuck, dude. It was a long time ago.
Santa Fe Springs
It was in
Swami?
Hollywood. It was in Hollywood for sure.
Yeah.
It was close to
Palladium, Roxy,
Nah, it wasn't the
Okay.
Roxy.
Whiskey.
Have you guys
Come
ever gone
on.
to the Santa Fe Springs Swami shows?
I just told you I saw Metalachi there,
Stop
motherfucker.
being a bitch.
God damn. We
Well,
literally had that conversation
okay.
as the 30 seconds ago, you
Well,
piece of
I
shit.
saw Iron's Maidens there.
Oh, yeah? Is that a
Oh,
chick
Iron
band?
Maiden.
Oh, that
Is
sounds
that a
band.
chick
great.
band? No, get
Yes.
out.
It's a-
And they
Oh.
sounded exactly like them, bro.
Sausage Fest?
Oh.
No.
Nah, it was all girls.
Are they
Oh,
hot?
That's what I was waiting for.
It
Are they
was
hot?
Like, it was a clam fest.
Yes, my kind of fest.
And then I saw.
Would you pay for that kind of fest?
I saw Diecast, and they covered Slayer, they covered Iron Maiden, they covered Metallica, and they covered fucking
fucked up.
Death,
Death LA, Death what?
Death,
Death
Megadeth.
Death
Mad
Angel.
Angel, Death Claw.
And it was too. It was tight.
Death
because
Clock.
Their chick was the
Death.
bass player,
Hey,
and she had green strings, and it was hard.
hey, Mr. Text Daddy says Illuminati and Taco Bell commercial. Have you seen it? What's up with that?
Oh shit.
Illuminati.
there is.
Taco
there
Bell
is.
commercial. What's
Yeah.
up? Can we get that? Can we pull that
So,
up?
yeah.
The Bell Illuminati.
let me
Bell,
see.
Bell Illuminati.
Come on, everybody saw that the
No,
first time it
seriously,
came out, and
seriously.
you were like, "Come on,
I have
dude,
no
really?"
idea. I haven't seen that shit. What the
Are you
fuck?
kidding
I would
me?
love it.
They're mainstreaming.
Really?
You know?
Taco Bell.
They're getting out there.
Yeah, they're getting the message
Illuminati.
across.
Who
I'm
else did
saying you
that?
got to get it out somehow, right?
It's a what is it? NWO?
Yeah, there you go. That's
Yeah.
the
New
stuff. That's
World
the right
Order?
stuff. That's it. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't live in a democracy.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Then you better buy your cow.
No, we
and
haven't.
you buy
We
your
haven't for a
goat.
long time.
Exactly.
It's a
But-
good show, though, right? Like, you can't leave things up to chance,
The-
bro. You can't
was
leave
that
things
it?
up
Of course
to
not.
chance.
The
Come on.
Illuminati?
Voting?
If you-
Voting? Come on.
I mean, it's
Oh,
the only
shit.
smart thing to do.
Bell
Really.
Illuminati
Yeah.
is something new for the
Here we
masses.
go. Here we go. They can
Blend
see
of
this,
3
right?
cheeses melted over seasoned beef, wrapped in a warm tortilla.
That's
and
conspiracy
it's
right
on
there.
the
Look,
dollar.
that's where they
It's
fuck
time
everybody.
to investigate the new one.
Everybody gets fucked in that room.
Taco Bell.
What the fuck?
Bell Illuminati.
So you get fucked in that room, and they give you a burrito fool, after you're
Oh.
done.
Damn.
Hey.
No, I'm not even lying to you.
No. I'd get two.
They're only 99 cents.
Hey, real shit. Though, real
Hey.
shit though. If
Ma-
your if
you
your-
know?
if your album is cracking, if your
Menage
mixtape
a
is the
trois.
shit, if your album is the shit, they'll be like, hey, you know what? Tomorrow we're gonna celebrate your album, bro.
Oh,
And we're
hell
gonna
yeah.
throw you a fucking sick ass party. And then when it comes to that
hell
party, they're gonna be like, hey, Jason, okay, so you're gonna go through that door.
And
you're
in that
gonna- you're
door-
gonna meet some important people,
Okay.
Yeah.
and you're gonna do what they say.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I promise you, your fucking career.
You're going to get taken care of for the rest of your
And-
life.
You're
and
never gonna regret it.
Everything's
Yeah.
gonna be promise
Ah,
you.
fuck.
And
It's
then
gonna
they
be
put-
some sexual stuff.
Yes.
Exactly.
obviously.
And that's
Exactly.
exactly what happens, way.
The more cocks you fit in your ass, the better your career's gonna be.
Dude.
Hey
So-
man, I
so-
like sitting comfortably, man. I don't know if I can fucking do
and
Too
that.
bad. Too bad.
And
too
I
bad.
hate
Sitting
to say
comfortably
it.
is overrated.
I hate to say it, but some of my favorite artists, like Lil Uzi, he got fucked in the
Lil
ass.
Uzi. Little Xan.
I
Yo,
don't know
dog,
where he would go.
all these
I would
helpless,
say,
Little
all
Baby.
these helpless little emo fools
Nah.
are getting fucked in the
I mean,
ass for
look,
clout.
Look. I would say no. Right away, I would not do that. I would not risk anything
Yeah,
like
you
that.
would.
Nah,
Yeah,
nah,
you would.
Not for fame and fortune.
For
Fuck that
millions, yeah,
shit.
you would.
I have pride.
For a Bugatti
fuck that.
outside
All
right
right,
now.
so what's your price?
What's
There
your
is
price?
no price. I don't have a
Yeah,
price.
yeah, there is.
You're
Name
telling
your
me.
price.
Fuck you.
You're
Name your
telling me
price.
that you
You want to
will
live the
not
life?
take any sort of payment whatsoever of any kind
Nah,
just for
man.
somebody to play with your butthole.
No.
telling
Are
me-
you
No.
seriously fronting
No.
like that right now?
No.
No.
Oh, my dude.
What he's saying is that he'll do it for free.
What's your price?
Oh, bro.
Like
Come
$5?
on. You're going to have to come at me
No
real
price.
high, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Am I going to be set for the rest of my life? And,
Yes.
I can pass them down to my
Yes.
children?
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
what?
but you got a daughter. You got a kid.
I don't give a. I'm still. Look,
That's right. Like
but-
that's
but-
good for you. Like and for your kid, for your family.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
understand that. I don't
Nah.
have that.
Yes.
Nah,
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
Yes, yes.
I don't think so,
yes.
bro. I think if they give you if they give you even an iota of a taste of what that life could be, and if they show you,
And they
you'll
will.
have no
They-
option but to
they-
fold,
they-
bro.
And they will.
You'll fold.
And they will
Yeah.
show you that.
You
Because it's
bought- you
either
bought
because
that
it's look
ticket.
because if you got yourself into that door, and
And they will.
and you said no once you were inside and the closed doors
Ooh,
behind you, it's
yeah.
over for you. You're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
And I don't
forever.
mean like your hopes and dreams are over. No, I mean you're done.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be more. You're not gonna be
You
around
as
much
a
longer.
person.
You are unknown enough for anybody to care to miss you
Okay.
at that point.
So you're saying
Bye.
that they're gonna
But-
fucking murder me?
You're gone,
I'm
bro.
dead.
But
Yeah.
Jason,
Ah,
That's what's
fuck.
gonna
Well,
happen.
it's life or death, right?
Jason,
Yeah.
So
Jason,
you're the end. You're out.
There you go.
That
That's when,
shit-
that's
Life
when
or
he'll be
death.
able to do it.
It's the biggest gang in the world.
The
Gay
Illuminati.
GAYNG gang.
Angel.
What?
But I will tell you this.
Tell me what?
Jason will sell out the Staples Center.
Oh.
Jason will sell out the Forum. And Jason will sell out the Rose Bowl with his ass. Nigga.
You motherfucker.
Cheeks.
You know what I
Pablo,
mean?
What's your price? Would you do it? Would you do it?
Oh, why'd you?
Hey
Of
man,
course he would.
everybody's got to go. What would you do it?
There it is. So
would I?
Yeah. 3
Would I?
Lamborghinis. You'll do
Yup.
it.
Like I'm gonna
Make
stick,
it 12. Make it 12.
4
Ah.
Lamborghinis.
I'm
You'll
gonna,
do it.
Like there's a foot
Yo,
long
stretch that
something
ass.
involved with this.
Wait.
There's what? There's what involved?
There's footlongs and buttholes
Oh,
involved.
here we go.
Oh,
I'm just
Lord.
saying, dude. I'm just saying.
I don't know,
Pay me.
man.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. Pay me.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is, and
Nah.
hopefully the Super Audio Network does not go that way. Because
Hey.
if Jay's gonna fuck me, fuck that, I'm out, bro. Or probably I'm in. I don't know. You never know,
No.
Nah, but you know what?
You gotta have some
I-
convictions. So yeah, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
And so
probably wouldn't,
and
yeah.
also I wonder like so like we're talking about making people come in there and do these things and do these god awful things that they, unheard of things and
Give
this
old
is your
guys
way to
head.
stardom, right? But what if what happens? I want to know how a particular situation would work out where you bring somebody in there that doesn't mind
And these are the people that are
I'm pretty
famous.
sure.
doing
I'm
these
pretty
things,
sure.
right? Like
I'm
what,
pretty
like
sure, man.
Clay and
These are
like
the people that are famous right now, fool. Lil
yeah,
Pump.
I mean I don't know. I'm just saying,
This
right? Like
motherfucker just said Clay Aiken. Wait.
right? Like no, you got right. Sorry, Clay. Sorry. It just sounds to me
Clay
like you've
Aiken
had a
is
good time the
down.
whole time, bro. Just saying.
Hey,
No one paid attention
You know?
to Clay Aiken.
no, he's aching.
Oh, my bad.
He's aching.
My bad.
Wow.
They wanted him to fuck chicks, and he said, "Nah, fuck that. I have standards."
You know what though? I mean, this whole Illuminati thing is kind of fucking crazy. You know, a super
The
secret
Illuminati.
organization that secretly controls the world. In reality, what are your thoughts on that, Pablo? Like, what do you think?
Isn't there that one
Secret?
group that meets
Well, not
once
so
a year?
secret anymore, but
Which one?
It's-
The Bilderberg? Is it Bilderberg? No.
nah, I don't
No,
know.
there's this other one. It's like a summit of
Oh, the
nothing but
Nacho
the
Bel
world's
Grande?
elite.
Got him.
That's terrible.
All right, I'm
Nachos
sorry,
Bel
guys. My
Grande.
bad.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
No, but
no,
the-
yeah. So I mean, it's this one particular group,
Mhm.
and they meet once a year.
Okay.
No media is allowed,
In the
Okay.
woods.
and literally they discuss, the unfolding of the next year's events, like when it comes
Of
to
who?
What the
Of who? Of who?
Of the world.
Of the world.
NWO type shit?
New World Order.
like an elitist group. Let's just put it.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. And so again, the name escapes me.
Are
right
they
Do
the
you
ones
think
that
Do you think the upcoming of like Bitcoin is a part of all of that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely part
Definitely.
of it, right? For
Huh?
sure.
Definitely.
Dude.
Everything is a way for.
But they're also
someone to
saying that
make
it's not going to
money.
last, man. It's going to fuck up the economy.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
its
that's what-
purpose.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the plan. Like, let's
Absolutely.
fuck up the economy.
Oh, for
And
sure,
then we
dude.
come to fucking save everybody.
Well, just think,
Nah,
some people
not
will
really.
start it off with, like, let's say something that was worth 600,000, right?
Yeah.
Now it's only worth 40,000.
40,000.
You know?
Okay.
Mm.
So I mean, depending on what you
They're just waiting
invest
for
in,
that
right?
shit to spike.
And the
And
same
that's
thing.
the thing that as you're fucking patient for your money, nigga, that shit's going down, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
But-
like
but-
it's
But
like when
for
I
the
joined
time
Uber.
being, it is in the cryptocurrencies. you know?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like when I
It's
joined
just
Uber,
legit
I drove for them and the money was fucking beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Now everybody drives.
Everybody fucking drives Uber.
And
or
it's
Lyft, man.
congested and the money is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Mm,
I was
yeah.
doing.
I'm
I
even
was
telling
doing
my
Lyft
Uber drivers,
myself
why the
and
fuck are you driving here, bro?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, especially. Well, it also depends on the type of car you have, man. I mean,
Yeah.
if you have like a 6-cylinder like myself, and gas goes like fucking that, then
Sure.
it's not worth it. You know, like
No, you know what was
Yeah.
worth it though?
What?
Is that all the cats that decided to go ahead and work the Coachella event
okay.
yeah.
for Uber and Lyft,
Oh yeah.
dude, they fucking killed it.
Mad
I,
money.
I
Yeah.
talked to a lot of people and
Uh-huh.
they had a lot of good stories. Like, you
Really?
know, there was one guy that started putting out Facebook posts and, you know, Instagram posts or whatever, just trying to get people. And he ended up filling up his entire car.
Oh shit.
Charged them something, I believe, charged them a rate of like, I think $50 a head or $40 a head, something like that. And he drove him to all to Coachella. And then
Damn.
while he stayed out there, he was doing his thing back and forth. You know what I mean? Like, you know, driving people back and forth to the event and things like that. And then he got another group of people. Like his plan was to get another group of people to go ahead and bring back to LA. You know, like,
Yeah.
and so that's bread and butter right there.
Yeah, it's
That's
some
bread and butter
sick
right there.
fucking
That's
cash
in that
right there,
particular
yeah.
situation.
That's
You know,
true.
every store is a little differently. If you're doing it on an everyday basis, it's probably not that. It's probably
It's
not
really
as hot.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet, dude.
There's,
I
there's
bet.
so many
You know
things
what?
that you
I
gotta
actually
take
have
into consideration.
an interesting story, like, or that I'd like to get your opinion on.
All right, go ahead.
So, like,
No.
Sorry, dude. No time for that.
no,
On to the
no
next
chub,
segment.
no chub?
Mentiras, papá.
Go ahead, Pablo. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Go
bro.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Ándale con tu
This is why we.
historia.
This is why we brought you here, bro. This is why-
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
Exactly.
I love the love, you know.
Talk it to me, man. Talk to me. Telling me why.
Oh yes.
¿Qué pasó, Pablo? ¿Qué pasó con la historia, hombre?
So pretty much like I was at a club, right?
All right.
And
What kind of club we talking about right now? I need a detail.
Mm.
It was the
A
Continental.
dwarf club.
The Continental.
The
All right.
Continental.
All right.
A
Okay.
dwarf club.
I
It
see
was
you.
more. It was more of a bar. It was
All
more
right.
of a
Cool.
Okay.
bar. But it
Cool.
had-
Dwarf bar.
They had.
Excellent.
Anyways, so
Excellent.
we're walking out, right? And so there's this guy. He literally falls on his face
Ouch.
on the sidewalk.
Uh-huh.
So
Nice.
we help him up.
Sure.
We try to get
Wake him up.
Yeah.
For sure.
He was pretty drunk.
Give
Yeah.
him a head.
He was
Give
there,
him a
but
head.
he
It
was
was really fucked up.
Try to give him a head.
Oh Lord. Give him a head.
Man.
Don't you die on me.
All right, go, Pablo. Go
Okay,
for your story. I'm sorry. I'm
sorry. So anyways, long story short, someone passes by. They say that they're a Lyft driver, right?
Sure.
Did they?
And
Okay,
so-
when they came up to you, did they right away announced it that they would?
No.
I'm a
this guy
Lyft
was-
driver.
No, this guy
How
was
can I
dr-
help? Like, is that what they said or?
No.
Did he have a cape that said lift? Like,
I
he have
I
a
was
fucking
pretty drunk
mask?
myself. So
oh, all right.
Lyft.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, yeah, this guy says he's a Lyft driver.
Yeah.
Tells my friend, that I guess he stopped to try to help, right?
Sure.
And so the guy's phone wasn't working. He couldn't use the app.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, well, if I was this guy and if
Yeah.
I was genuinely trying to help,
Yeah.
I mean, why not just charge the guy $20 and then just drive him home?
Yeah.
Sure.
Just take them home.
Sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, what
Sounds
do you have
easy.
to lose,
Sure.
But this guy kept on giving my friend the runaround because I think he was trying to
Just-
He
was trying to-
trying to move in.
Oh, he was trying to
He's
make
trying to
himself
fuck
look-
him.
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty much.
Wow.
So
Damn.
that's why I was like,
So that guy, what?
I don't
that-
know. What do you think?
was that?
So
Should he have helped?
first of all,
Should he even have like stopped to even say anything or?
I mean, first of all, you guys did the humanitarian thing, stopping and helping somebody that
Yeah.
fell flat
Yep.
on their face.
Hell,
Like
I
you
mean,
guys did the
good
right
job,
thing
good
with
job.
that. You guys had the purest of intentions. Unfortunately, not everybody has good intentions, and especially in certain situations, there's just certain people that are what's the word that I'm looking for?
Polite.
No, not at all. They taking advantage of certain situations,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they're
yeah.
opportunists. Yeah. So they see they see things a little differently than everybody else. And now there's some people that apply it to their professional careers,
Very
and
much
they
so.
do very well with them. But then there's other people who have that gift and see things that we don't, and they apply it in a much different way,
In a
in a much more devious way,
negative
in
way.
a much more sociopathic way,
Yeah.
dangerous way. And I don't know enough about this Lyft driver that just came out of
Oh, no,
nowhere
yeah.
trying to go ahead and
Yeah.
rescue somebody. But I mean,
I
at the end of the
drive
day,
Lyft.
though, the whole situation seems kind of weird that this guy what was the runaround about? I don't get it. Like the Lyft driver wanted to take this guy home.
Did he at all say like, "Let me help by giving this guy a ride," or are you just mad at the fact that he didn't offer at all?
No, I mean, no. Like my friend ended up discovering him for who he was, and then.
Oh, so
that
you
was
told
it.
him to
It
fuck
was like,
off.
yeah, like she
Oh,
told him to
really?
fuck off,
Fuck
yeah.
you.
So he wasn't a Lyft driver at all, is
Well,
what you're saying.
we didn't even know, you know.
Interesting.
But nonetheless, like when you have that type of situation,
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
you gotta be careful.
I mean,
man.
I don't know, man. You might have saved that guy from getting. I mean, who knows what he would have got done
Yeah.
to him at
No,
that
murder.
point.
But yeah, but that goes with the Uber driver that you're talking about, $50 a head.
For sure,
know.
dude. He's doing that under the table, right? He's doing that under the table. Nobody knows that he's taking that trip. Because if
Yeah.
you take a Lyft and you actually register that trip, man, that's like a $400 trip. Like,
Yeah,
that's like 300
pretty,
or somewhere in the somewhere in the range of a couple $100.
How long did it take you guys to get there?
Just over for us, our drive was just over 4 hours.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
see.
Nice.
So it's a pretty penny if you actually
Yeah.
take it right
Mhm.
that way. But I mean, this guy also, I mean, they all have a common goal. They all want to get to Coachella, right? Including the Lyft driver, because where he's gonna make some serious dough
Yep.
is out there,
Mhm.
and all
From
he's looking
hotels
for.
to the show
I
to
mean,
the
really, all
hotels,
he's looking
whatever.
for is on his way over there, man. I need to get this gas covered
Yeah.
for what I'm about to spend
Mhm.
while I'm out there this weekend.
Yep.
So let me make this money that I think I'm gonna be spending over 3-4 days of gas, right? On taking these dudes over, and I'm gonna have those same guys pay me when they come back and drop them all off safely, right?
Yep. That's a hustler right there.
Technically
man. That's good.
speaking, because you work for yourself, like there's nothing that says that you can't grab somebody, put them in your car, and charge them a couple bucks and take them from point A to point B. There's nothing says that you can't do that.
Yeah, it's
But I mean,
called
but what are
kidnapping.
but I mean, what are the
Well, as long as they don't drive.
like what are the rules? What are the stipulations to those laws? Like,
You need a
like
license to transport people for money.
understood. So if you have somebody, if you're picking up, let's just say you're picking up a friend, and all you're doing is asking them for gas money and taking them over there. In that particular situation, is that? I mean, could he save himself legally there?
Yeah.
if it's a
Right, if it's a
consensual
because it's a
ride,
Facebook friend, right? It's someone that you know through your social media.
Okay.
You can pretty much say anybody is an acquaintance, right?
Yeah.
And just say, look, I just got people together because I wanted to give them a ride down there. I'm going down there anyway, and I wanted to see if somebody wanted to go.
Yeah.
No one's actually using the Lyft app to get down there.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not
just
happening.
paying money
No
down
one's
the
saying,
table.
hey, no one's gonna request a ride to fucking Coachella. I just don't think it's gonna happen from LA to Coachella or from
Right.
wherever to Coachella, right?
Okay.
But back to this guy that you were talking about, that's just a fucked up situation to be a part of. I cannot imagine what it would have been for me to be drunk, dealing with this dude, and having somebody trying to like almost abduct him and take him away.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, like selfishly, right? Like this wasn't your problem to begin with. You got yourself involved and immersed.
Yeah.
And when someone else decides to get involved and they have a better control of a situation, it is so easy to be
just
relieved and let them do their thing. All right,
have
man,
at
you
it.
got this right. Thanks, man. We're gonna go on. We're gonna get on with ourselves, and we're gonna
get
be on
some
our way.
fucking
You
tacos,
get what I
dog.
mean? And in a situation like that, like you kind of had that like, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. Why is this guy fucking weird?
Like,
Yeah.
Like,
no,
why
Are you
is he
guys-
so pushy?
Are you guys good at like reading people?
Yeah.
Like if a stranger, a complete stranger came up to you and
I would like to think so, but
Yeah.
then again, I'm also friends with Will, so
Dog,
I don't know.
my radar. hey, I'm telling you, my hood radar is fucking off the charts, bro.
yeah,
I know
like it
when
doesn't
shit-
work off the
I
charts?
know when shit's about to pop off. When some motherfuckers want to bring out a gun, when motherfuckers want to fucking mess with each other's set.
Have you ever gotten a gun pointed at your head?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like 3 times, bro.
3 times?
It's
Damn, you
fucking
need to
ridiculous.
move, man.
No. It's just we're at the wrong place at the wrong time, and they mistake us for other people.
Wow.
And it comes to a point where it's like we're not who you think we are, and yeah.
You know, but it's funny 'cause I think about it. Like sometimes, like people, you know, they have a feeling that they're really good at reading people, or they're able to sense other things and whatnot. And sometimes you just don't know. Animals, I think, have like a big instinct on that.
They're
Oh,
way
for
ahead
sure.
of us.
That's Sixth Sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And
Way
so-
ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the reason I bring this up is because I have a video of animals sensing things that humans can't sense.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna bring up some little fucking dog videos.
Dag. Do you like dags?
Perritos.
I like dags.
Oof.
So here we go.
Uh-oh.
Are these your sponsors?
There we go. There we go.
They're going to take
There
us
it
out
goes, there
now.
it goes, there it goes.
There you go.
I'm just gonna show you the
5
first
dogs
two.
that saw something their owners couldn't see. Something's in the kitchen. Kenny Brown put out food for his dog Lola on the kitchen floor, just like he did every night.
Okay.
But this particular night, Lola was absolutely terrified of something in the kitchen. Something that Kenny couldn't see.
Something really weird is happening.
So as you, for those of you that can't see, the dog is
See?
like in the hallway, right
She
before
wants
you
to
can
eat.
enter into the kitchen.
Her
And
food bowl is in there.
She's just stuck there. She's like
She's
kind
too
of. It
paranoid
looks like
to
she's
go
kind
in
of
there.
thinking about whether she should go into the kitchen or not, and she's
In the
going back
video,
and forth
Lola
into
can
the
be seen
hallway.
approaching the doorway of the kitchen several times, but afraid to enter. Kenny is amused by the whole incident and even goes over to film inside the kitchen to show that there is absolutely nothing strange inside.
And then when I go in the kitchen, there's nothing there.
Show me the bowl.
The bowl is right there, close, because you see the dog go to it after.
It's in between.
It's in
Oh,
between the desk and
At
the
one
regular
point, the
cabinet
dog
right
just
there.
seems to give up on her
There's the
dinner,
cabinet.
unwilling to face whatever is in the kitchen. She simply lays in her bed.
You're not hungry?
You know goddamn well I'm hungry, you
Ghost in this
asshole.
house freaking you out?
You son of a bitch! You bring that fucking bowl out right now.
See,
So the
what
dog
are you
is
looking
laying
at?
down in the
You're
bed
afraid to
and
look over there.
it
That's
looks
weird.
It keeps looking into the kitchen like it
Eventually,
wants to go
Lola
in there.
builds up the nerve to quickly grab a bite of her food.
There we go.
Oh, but look at the body language.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fearfully, the dog enters the kitchen.
Ears down, tail down.
Yep. And
Look.
then,
Look,
She
look.
then backs out as
Oh,
if
she backs
frightened
up?
by something approaching her.
and the dog is looking around like, what the fuck? Backing out slowly, and then
Eventually, Kenny
books it.
concludes that the dog is just weird.
so
Oh, we had the weirdest dog in the world.
So, what do you guys think about that? You know, like I said, you know, animals have certain senses that are heightened that that us humans don't have. They
Yeah.
sometimes pick up on things that we just can't because we're not built that way, but they are.
Yeah.
And so, what do you guys think about this? Do you think the dog is just fucking nuts right
Nope.
now?
It's
or
real.
It's sensing something.
It's
in the
real.
kitchen?
It's real because I went through my son slept with me on the couch,
Uh-huh.
and
And-
then he woke up and he told me that you should show grandma who that person is. And I was like, what are you talking about? He woke up like in the middle of the fucking, like at 4 in the morning, and he pointed at the other couch and he goes, you should tell grandma who that is. And I looked at the couch and nobody's sitting there.
Mm.
So your son
My
saw
son
something?
told me
Hey,
that
ki-
shit.
Kids.
And I was like,
Kids and animals?
and I go, Daddy,
Okay.
and I told him, Daddy, what are you talking about? He goes, that person right there, sitting down on the
Oh,
couch.
man.
You should tell who that person is to grandma. And I was like,
Were you like,
I just pushed his head down and made him go to sleep, and I ignored it. but I know that motherfucker saw something.
That's pretty
you
heavy,
think so?
dude.
Yeah, that is pretty
Oh
heavy, man.
yeah, bro.
And especially like with something like your kid, where
My
it's something you
son.
can't control, man.
He
Like,
Absolutely,
told me.
dude.
you have
It's
no control
absolutely,
over.
yeah.
So
He told me
it's a little scary.
you should tell who that person is to grandma.
Yeah. Tell
Who the
grandma,
fuck?
Dad.
Yeah, because he thought you
I
saw
couldn't
him.
see shit.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
But the fact that he did that, I was like, fuck.
You got
Like,
to
damn,
freak
this
the fuck
motherfucker-
out.
And this was in your apartment?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah.
That's
Lil
wild.
Will,
Fuck
Lil Will tells me a bunch of shit, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
And it's
Angel?
beautiful.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Talking about that dog, like, couple things for me. Like, the body
Uh-huh.
language of that was
Hell
was
yeah,
unreal
that's-
right now. That
that's
definitely
nervous.
looked like it was nervous,
Yeah.
scared, skittish,
Well,
right?
there's better videos.
Scared
so,
as
like-
Yeah,
fuck.
it just it definitely looked like there was something going on. But also, welcome. If you don't know me, my name is Angel, and I'm skeptical about every fucking thing that I'm ever told. Also, I mean, what if the asshole fucking owner, threw a stink bomb in his fucking kitchen, and the pungent smell won't let the fucking dog come in there, and it's crippling him a little bit, making
But
him
wait a minute,
teary-eyed and
okay.
whatnot.
So in that case, like if that was the case, then I think the dog wouldn't have entered the kitchen in the first place.
And when the
Yeah.
dogs get
I don't
bothered,
know, man.
they
He was
bark.
pretty hungry, right?
When the
Like,
Well,
he was
but when
fucking
the
he was
dog-
pretty hungry, dude.
She
when,
was
when the
starving.
dogs
She
get
was
bothered,
hungry.
they bark. Fool.
You a hungry asshole.
Yeah.
They bark when they're bothered.
Pablo.
That was just what you could tell by the body language.
Okay.
that
Yeah.
Okay.
The dog did perceive something that was there,
Okay.
Yeah.
but obviously
Algo la asustó.
cameras.
Algo le asustó.
Algo la asustó.
So
el
what do you
perrito.
guys say, Jay or nay?
I mean, I thought I heard that dogs they can see more than just a regular spectrum of
I
light.
say Jay.
Sometimes, yeah. There's stories that I've read. People have told me that their dog or cat or whatever, they're staring in a certain direction
Yeah.
or
Oh,
barking
yeah,
in a
I've
certain
had that.
direction
I've had that
with
numerous
nothing
times.
in the corner of a fucking room or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, you don't know. I mean, you don't have the vision or how they see the world, and so there is a possibility that they can sense these things that we just can't. We haven't
For
evolved
sure,
to that
for sure.
point.
Yep.
Frequencies, right? We keep talking about it being frequencies, right? And
Yep.
so maybe they're in tune to some frequencies that we haven't really, or maybe, like you said, right? He's talking about his kid can see it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we're numb to them now.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we're numb to them now, and some of us grow out of it.
That's a good point.
You get what I'm saying? Like, 'cause we see it so often, we ignore it, right? Like
Yeah.
George always talks about seeing things out of the corner of his eye and just
Yeah.
ignoring it now.
Yeah.
So
I
maybe we
happens to
see
me
it-
too.
Yeah, so maybe now some of us, even though we see these things, like we've seen it so often that it doesn't bother us anymore, and we just
Yeah.
kind of go along with our lives and just do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, have you guys ever gotten just a random cold shiver just out of nowhere?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Right?
yeah.
You ever just have that? Like,
Yeah.
have you guys ever been walking along somewhere and just out of nowhere, like your whole eyesight just kind of goes a little dark, like get a little lightheaded?
Oh,
Has
man,
that ever happened to anybody?
That's feigning right there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, but you don't quite faint though. You don't quite
Nah,
fall
yeah,
over.
yeah.
Like, it's just
No.
kind of a haze kind of deal. Like, in just a minute
Just a
and
little
come right
dizzy
back.
spell right there.
Mhm.
When you
Oh,
get a
man.
drink of water
Well,
in the middle of the night and you feel like somebody's there with you.
And then you piss your pants.
Nah.
No, and then they squeeze your butt.
And then you go jack off to XNX.
Then they pinch your
com.
cheeks.
I mean X videos.
Okay, so
I may have heard of that.
so Jay or nay? Jay.
I'm gonna give you a J because
I say J.
Yeah,
Jay.
I
you
gave
guys
it
made a
J.
good point about
Jay?
the smell reaction.
You got 3 J's right here.
Ah,
Man, this is your most successful showing yet, sir.
You
Full
better-
on
you better
chub.
J off.
All right, so I got
Yeah.
this other one of.
I think you should quit while you're ahead, man.
Uh,
Nah, fuck it with you. No. Let's go.
I got this other one. It's 2 dogs, and the owner started noticing and hearing some weird things about the door to the attic, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so
It's
he started videotaping their reactions and while he was away. And so this is the next one.
Keeping in mind that dogs can see ultraviolet light well beyond human vision,
It's going to
have
go into the
wonder
next
what
video. It's
Lola
going to go
was
into
so
the next
scared of in that kitchen. Tuning in.
There we go.
A YouTube user claimed that strange things were taking place in his home. He would hear odd sounds, bumps, and thuds at all hours of the day and night. Even more disturbing, he would often come home to find his attic door open and his 2 dogs acting strangely, both of them scared and avoiding certain rooms in the house.
It's a raccoon.
He decided to set up a camera to record his attic door for a few hours while he was out. He left an easy listening radio station playing in hopes that the music would soothe his 2 dogs while he was away. It didn't work.
brought home a Grammy earlier this year.
And so all of a sudden, the radio had some interference, and they couldn't fucking hear whatever the. And for those of you that are just listening, the door to the attic just opened by itself.
Huh.
Okay, now it just keeps moving. Now it looks kind of choppy, in my opinion.
A little bit.
A little bit, right? But the way it closes kind of fucking freaked me out a little bit. And so it's just, and you could still hear the interference of the radio in the background. And then the door just slammed shut. Okay,
and then the paper roll.
Yeah, so you see the paper roll, there's that moves and the dogs get scared and he starts barking as the paper roll fucking flips off of the coffee table onto the couch by itself, what it appears to be by itself.
No, and then it continues on to when they start backing up.
Yeah. So yeah,
the video starts
getting a little blurry, and the dogs are looking in that direction. Now, somebody could easily be on the other side of that camera. Let's not lie. Let's not, paint a picture that, this is for sure 100%. But they are backing up, and according to the story, the owner is saying that he's away at work or whatever, and the dogs are experiencing these things. And right now the dogs they were backing away from something. So supposedly they're all alone in the house, but they look a little intimidated.
And they're both looking in the same direction, though. I mean, if you take it for its true, like if it's true face value.
And then you hear
the thumping noise.
The thumping noises, which sounds like footsteps off of a staircase or whatever. So yeah.
Huh.
So a lot of things. With the door moving, it looked a little choppy. It looked like it could have been spliced.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't, then that's a little creepy because the door essentially opened by itself and then closed by itself, and it closed hard by itself.
And in I mean, it did kind of fast forward a bit, but relatively soon,
Yeah. Well, I'm
thinking.
Time. Maybe that was done purposely just to speed up to the point where, the paper towel flipped by itself. Angel, what do you think?
There's a couple things that I'm trying to wrap my head around. Like, it said that he put on the radio in hopes that it would soothe the dogs, and it's like, is that something that he does on a daily basis? Like, does that all the time?
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, really, like, this guy is just so fucking irresponsible. Leaving your fucking radio on all goddamn day. Leaving your camera on as well. You know what I mean? Like, you got your window half open over there. People can see inside your shit. Like, come on, dude. Like, get your life together, my man.
Yeah.
No. But aside all that bullshit, looking at it for what it is, like at face value, I don't know. This seems gimmicky more than anything to me. Seems like there's an elaborate scheme going on right here. And though you guys were talking about maybe the dogs are looking in the same place and that sort of thing. I mean, that's as easy as pointing a laser in the corner of a room type deal. You get what I'm saying? Like, if we're gonna use it like that, right? But I think I was more convinced by the first video. That one looked more organic, definitely more real for sure.
Pablo, what do you think?
Oh man, you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll give it a J.
Semi J.
Yeah.
Semi J. Semi J.
I'll give it a J just because I like dogs.
Dags.
Will, what do you think, man? Really quick.
I give it a ZJ.
What is a ZJ?
If you have to ask, my friend,
if you don't
can't afford it.
You can't afford it, bro.
Right.
Zing!
Well,
no,
thank you.
It was crazy.
I think that would be it for today's show. We want to thank everybody for joining us on another The JAG Show. I was going to say the other one.
You almost did that shit.
The JAG Show.
JAG Show.
Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We really appreciate you.
Yes,
Will
sir.
from the Hot Box.
Hot Box.
Our special guest, Pablo, for coming in.
Thank you.
Pablo.
Yeah. Of course, AJ Moreno.
Show
Dre
what?
Day All Day. Thank you again for joining us. You can find us on Facebook /official JAG Show, on Twitter @official JAG Show, and on Instagram also _JAG_show. Also on thejagshow.com. Thank you very much. Bye.
SuperAudioNetwork.com.
Super Audio.